Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 357, Alvarez Chasing History. I'm Nick, and we got Harrison tonight. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How we doing?
Doing pretty well. I thought I'd wear my Mariners hat tonight in support of some of our followers out there that is having a tough time with that team. I'm here for your support, guys. I watched them last night, and we'll get into it a little bit. Julio got hosed late in the game, it's tough sledding out there in Seattle, man. It is tough. So I feel for you guys as a fan that suffered through the first 3 months of the Red Sox season. At least they turned it around somehow, some way. I don't know, but we're just here for your support. So I thought I would sport my Mariners cap for you guys tonight.
And when you say some of our followers, you mean one in particular, right?
Well, yeah, and Nico's a big Mariners fan.
Fair. All right.
He messaged me the other day. He goes, "Hey, man, be easy on my boys." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's tough right now." But
yeah.
yeah.
As I said a week or so ago, like to the point where I can't watch them. Like,
oh, yeah. Aaron, comment of the night already. Good call. Save yourself by not wearing a Giants hat.
Even the Giants don't want to wear the Giants hat right now. Like it's a train wreck.
It's funny, but all right, we will get into everything that is the show. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials in our link tree. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have a new merch slide, Harrison. I've updated it. As you can see, we do have the t-shirts with our new logo on it. I put the new logo on one of the tumblers. It looks really good, really sharp. And I'm hoping to get myself a little podcast room carpet here. It looked pretty cool in the podcast room, but
you need somewhere for that co-host of yours to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the pull-out trundle I got in here too.
So. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But yes, check us out. Rounding 3RD Baseball on Etsy. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, phone cases, license plate, magnets. Just check us out there. A great way to support us and to get our name out there. And look at that. Michael Simpson already got a new shirt on the way. Look at that. Love that, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So question, Nick, we've got a red and a blue character in the logo. Have we figured out which one we are?
I don't know. I don't want to link a political affiliation to it somehow. So
I was thinking more like I get the red because I'm more of the angry guy, but maybe. I mean, we could just avoid that altogether. It's fine.
Yeah, it's baseball.
Moving on.
All right, let's start off the show with Hunter Green. Reason he wasn't moved at the deadline was probably this: the dude can't stay on the field. Another elbow injury and just another injury altogether. But my question for you is this, Harrison. Will the new CBA attend to this issue? We've seen the Tommy Johns, we've seen the obliques. Will they be expanding the rosters again to accommodate the injuries? Now, we've already talked about them extending it, right? Because of they made 14 pitchers available, I think it was. They upped it to 26. So do we see them expand the rosters again?
I don't know. You either have to expand the rosters to carry extra veterans, or you've got to change the ability to move guys up and down from the minors as things happen. Because obviously, you got to worry about how many options does a guy have left, and can I send him back down? And so then it makes it hard to bring young guys up. When in reality, you want to bring the young guys up. You'd rather see your young guys get the experience of being on a major league ball club and see what they got at that level versus go sign some league minimum veteran off the street to warm a spot for a month and then DFA them. So you've either got to change the way you send guys up and down, or you've got to expand the rosters to allow for these injuries to be absorbed better. But at the end of the day, even with expanded rosters, when a guy goes down, you still got to fill his roster spot some way. And that gets you back to the spot of, well, who do I go get?
Yeah. I mean, the MLBPA already, I think they said in their last proposal, or one of the, actually, they've only released one, I think, I'm pretty sure. I think
Yeah.
they said they wanted to expand it to 28. So
Yes.
do we see that? And then Chad throws this comment, and I'm just waiting for the MLBPA to argue that the salary cap means they can't afford the extra players, right? So they want the expanded roster, but yet, don't cap us, which there's not going to be a salary cap coming out of this. Let's be honest. It's not going to happen. I don't think.
Well, and even if you get a salary floor now and teams spend to the floor, you still got to spread that over 2 more bodies. So in the end, like, you still end up diluting salaries kind of in general. But more important, and also the fact like money's not unlimited. If you add 2 more guys to the roster across the league, you can't pay guys the same amount of money. In the end, MLBPA is basically negotiating against itself. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think you're going to see probably a combination of the expanded rosters. I think 28 is crazy. Maybe you go to 27 and add one more. But I do think everybody realizes this optioning back and forth system is cumbersome and kind of outdated. And the guaranteed contract piece too becomes a problem. So when you sign a guy for a league minimum DFA a month later, you still got to pay him.
Right.
Like you're stuck, and the MLBPA loves that part of it. So as injuries become a bigger and bigger problem, especially with pitchers, they have to find a better way to be able to put guys on the IL, move other guys in. Because the other part of this too is say you do have a harder luxury tax or a salary cap, and you're carrying guys on the IL. Like, are they counting against your cap and your luxury tax? Are they not? Because you got to backfill them. If you're in a cap world and you're the Braves and your entire starting rotation on the IL, you can't afford to bring anybody up because you're going to bust over the cap.
Right.
So I feel like you end up in a spot here where you've got there's too many other things to figure out.
Yeah. I like the option idea. Now, I also like the idea that, hey, if a team is, for lack of a better word, if the team is dicking me around, right, and they're just bringing me up, sending me down, bringing me up, sending me down, like 3 times is enough, right? 3rd time, just let me go somewhere else and see if I can make it, right? I get that it protects the player,
100%.
but like, you are also under contract with that team. I mean, how many T-shirts should we wear in the 90s and early 2000s that said property of the Cincinnati Reds, right? Like, everybody had those shirts because, like, essentially you as a player are property of the Cincinnati Reds. I should be able to do whatever I want with you. I'm within reason, obviously, legally.
Whoa. We're not that kind of podcast, Nick.
I said legally, Harrison. You know what I mean? But like, if I need to send you down because you're hurt or you're, batting 074 on the season and you're on your 3rd option, I should be able to send you down without losing you. Now, maybe if you're batting 074, I do want to lose you. That's why I DFA you, but that's another story again. But I think giving teams more flexibility is the way to go, especially with all these Tommy Johns, all these shoulders blowing out, all these obliques that players no longer have. I think you have to do something with the optioning up and down. I agree.
Yep.
Maybe make it 5 times, right? Give these teams a little bit of flexibility as the injuries increase. But crazy.
Yeah, one way or another. If this is what baseball is going to be, and we're going to have more elbow injuries and more long-term injuries, you got to figure out a way to deal with it. And it's roster flexibility. It's how you build your roster. It's how you staff your team, but it's also, how does payroll count? And am I going to get luxury tax because I got to go pick up another body because this guy blew his elbow out again? There's a lot of pieces here to sort out. And we've kind of just like danced around the problems, for the last probably 5 years now since the 2021 lockout.
Yeah.
And we're still in the same place. Like, we're still talking about deferred money. We're still talking about injuries. We're still talking about rosters. We're still talking about, cap versus and floor. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah. So to bring it back to Hunter Green, is he now getting into that big what if status for you?
I feel like he has to be. I mean, we saw him come up and he was healthy for the first 2 seasons and dominant.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mean, he's a part-time pitcher at best. The talent is undeniable. The ability is undeniable. The availability is terrible. And that's where we're at with him. It just, if you can't get on the field, you're just not that valuable.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why we didn't see this guy move at the deadline. I think there are too many injury questions. Might have already had elbow injuries going into the trade deadline. That's my first question. If I am the Red Sox, Yankees, Braves, I'm calling the Reds and I'm like, hey, how is Hunter Green's physical status? And as soon as the GM goes, I'm like, okay, I'm all set. Thanks. Like, no, say no more. Yeah, it's a shame, man. Like, I hate seeing these guys that can be absolutely elite struggle. I really do. It's tough. But.
Well, it's frustrating too. I mean, I feel like we've gotten robbed as a fan, I feel like we've gotten robbed of watching this talent, develop and, build. And it sucks. It sucks as a fan to see these guys that are so good that just can't get out there.
Yeah. Well, Chad, this is fair. A guy that any team could use doesn't get moved because of injury. If that doesn't scream, what if? I don't know what does. I mean,
fair,
Chad, fair. Oh, man. All right. David Forst, the former GM of the Athletics, is out, and they say it's a mutual decision. Now, this one's kind of weird for me. Weird timing. The Athletics made no moves at the deadline. Langolier seemed like he was gonna be the big piece moved. He gets hurt, torn meniscus, done for the year, and then they kind of just, part ways. Like, thanks, it's been fun, it's been a good run, but I think I'm done here. And then they kind of agree, like, yeah, sure, you can go. What was your thoughts on this? I mean, the A's seems like they were loading up for that big move in about a year and a half. Is this the time to get the quote-unquote right GM in for the Athletics?
Yeah, so I'm not sure how many folks remember, but you and I talked about this back, I want to say in like February, where David Forster made the comment of, I don't plan on moving to Vegas. And we were like, well, that's weird. But, you could travel back and forth. Like, maybe that's not a big deal. And he said it again, like, I'm not intending on relocating with this team to Vegas. I have no interest in moving there, living there. I'm going to see this thing through to get them there, but then I'm out. And I think what the team decided is, we're ramping up for Vegas, and where you're not going to be part of it once we get there, it might be a good time to make that move and part ways. Yeah. So I think, to me, this was more of a, like, does this really make sense to keep going when we know you're not going to be with us when we get to Vegas? Like, maybe we need to bring in the guy who's going to build this thing for Vegas and have him there now versus have you keep the seat warm, get us there, and then kind of salute us and not come, and then have to hand the reins to somebody else in a brand new ballpark. So to me, it's a head scratcher in the sense of you should have just dealt with this when it first came up 6 months ago.
Yep.
But I think the A's were like, no, I think maybe they hoped he'd change his mind, but I can appreciate where he's coming from. Like, I'm not picking up my life and moving it to Vegas. I get the team's going there. I will get you guys there. And I think it makes sense to the team to say, you know what, that doesn't make a lot of sense for us to do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. John says head scratcher for me should have been done before the season or after, right? Kind of mid-year, whatever.
And I believe they were grooming somebody already to take his spot.
Jonah Hill, right?
No, maybe a little while ago, but
oh yeah,
I could have sworn they had somebody that was kind of working closely with them. They were kind of grooming for his spot, but I will say, like, the departure was very amicable. The team had great things to say about him. He had great things to say about the team. They did the awkward dance where we love each other, but it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
And, at least they parted on the right way. But I feel like this is random. If you weren't going to do it at the beginning of this season, then you should do it in this off season. Doing it in August makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, other than maybe you do want a GM that's stable going into the lockout instead of trying to figure it out during the lockout, that could be possibly part of it. Fair. But, yeah, A's know that there's no baseball next year. Be ready to move in Vegas in 28. Yeah, I mean,
Fair.
The A's are trying to do their best Raiders impression before going to Las Vegas. Yeah. Yeah, and apparently, was it Silix or Aaron said that there was some teams that wanted to make moves. Silix said it. He turned down a lot of deals at the deadline, and it was the final straw.
Could be. So, I mean, maybe they're questioning his judgment where he's not part of the Vegas plan, and maybe he had a different take. But ultimately, as the GM, you don't. I mean, I guess I would say typically as a GM, you typically don't have like final decision on everything. Like ownership's looking at it, going yes or no.
Yeah.
He may have said no thanks, but I'm assuming he's doing that with ownership or whoever else in the front office is looking at it saying, yeah, we agree. Maybe not. Maybe he kind of did his own thing and now they're like, whoa, hang on a second. Like, why would you have turned some of those deals down? We would have done those.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, interesting timing, I guess. But I mean, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. I think that's as good as time as any. If, like you said, just kind of going through the motions, I think it's just time to go. So,
yeah. And if you're not part of the future plan, it doesn't make a ton of sense for you to basically build the bridge to get there if you're not going to get to the end of it.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Well, this is a great question, Mike. Like, if you were thinking you were going to do this, why even let him handle the trade deadline? Yeah. That's a great question too.
Fair question. I don't got an answer for you. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been there a long time. He was there for 27 years of the organization. He's not like a new guy. Like he's been there a long time.
Yeah. And he put the A's teams together that actually made their last playoff runs, right? 17 to 20, something like that. So yeah, he's been there a while.
Yeah. This is not a dude that was like, I've been here 3 years and I'm out. Like he's a lifer. I mean, almost a lifer.
Yeah. All right, Yordan Alvarez is on pace to be the first player since Mantle in 1956 to win the MLB Triple Crown. That means he leads the entire league in homers, average, and RBIs. Is this guy going to do it?
God, I hope so. Again, fingers crossed that like he doesn't mess up his ankle or knee or calf or hamstring, whatever his injury of the week is, because we're finally seeing like peak Yordan Alvarez. We're seeing healthy peak Yordan Alvarez, which I wasn't sure we were ever going to see for a long period of time, and we're finally getting it. And this guy is incredible to watch.
Yeah, John Temple, he's a monster. Yeah, if I wasn't such a baseball fan, man, this dude would scare me watching him on TV. It is insane. Physically, he's an absolute monster. But I don't think I have seen in my lifetime that I can remember a guy that commands the box and the strike zone. Listen, Barry Bonds, yes, right? But Yordan Alvarez, man, is a little bit different to me than Barry Bonds. I mean, Barry Bonds is in a league of his own, world of his own, universe of his own, right? This guy just has a more of a presence to me. I don't know. I can't really explain it. But when he's in the box, I'm like, I'm going to see something special right here.
Yep.
I mean, yes, Barry Bonds hit lasers, but Yordan Alvarez hits the ball 145 miles an hour the opposite way. He'll take a backdoor slider and just slam it off the Crawford boxes at 120. It's like, who does that? Yordan does.
He reminds me so much. He's a left-handed Manny Ramirez. Like he can handle any pitch in any count to all fields in all situations. He gets better late in the game. Like he just, man, it seems like he always has the hit.
Yeah. Yeah. He does it without any protection behind him, Marty. You're not kidding. There's not much else in that Astros lineup to protect him. You're right.
He is the lineup.
Yeah. I'm surprised he gets pitched to. I mean, he's been walked a lot too, but I think intentionally, as I would at this point.
But he's a guy who's, for as much discipline as he has, he can be a pretty free swinger at times.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't walk as much as you might think because he doesn't miss when he swings.
Right.
But he is taking a good amount of walks, and I don't know why anybody pitches to this dude. I would suspect as we get deeper into the season and games become really tight, this guy's gonna get a lot of just points to first base. Like, see you, dude. Take a walk.
Yeah, no thanks. Chad says the home run total late worries me because if they're playing teams competing for a playoff spot, the intentional walk will be coming. Yeah, just like Harrison said. Jordan even sounds like a monster. Yeah, just the name does alone.
There's like serious cachet to that name.
Yep. Baseball History Door says, nice to see power hitters who hit for average. They're not a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Are not a thing of the past, for sure. It is nice to see a high average power guy again. But yeah, I've never seen this guy off balance in an AB. No. He might swing through some pitches, to your point, Harrison, but he's not off balance when he does.
Nope.
It's crazy. He'll put it through the Crawford boxes. Yeah, you're not kidding.
That's not even a joke.
Yeah. I really doubt it will happen because there's a lot of players that are close in any category, and if people don't get on base, he won't be able to produce enough RBIs, or if they choose not to pitch. Yeah, the RBI part could be the issue there, Silix. That's a great point. Yeah, Judge also hits for average most of the time. You're right.
Oh yeah,
Judge and Jordan are not your Kyle Schwarbers, if you will, right? You're not your stereotypical power hitters. But yeah, this dude is the sole reason I tune into Astros games, just like Mason Miller is the sole reason I tune into a Padres game. If I see his name coming up in the box score, I flip over to that game. I watch his at bat, and I flip to something else, right? Flip to Mason Miller, watch him throw 9 strikes, and then flip over to a different game.
Yep, it's worth tuning in for. Yeah, always.
The dude's an absolute beast. So, does he do it, Harrison, or do you think he falls short of the MLB Triple Crown?
I'm honestly I'm gonna say he does it because I so badly want him to, and I think a lot of the guys that are kind of around him in these various stat categories, I question their durability and things like that as well. So I'm going to say we're finally getting Jordan Alvarez as he should be. He's not going to stop hitting. This team is going to remain in competition. The games are going to be important. And I think he's going to have all the incentive in the world to go out there and put up numbers.
All right, let's see. Batting average, Jordan is 325. Arise is 324. So that's going to be a race in itself right there.
That's the biggest risk in all of it, I think, is the average.
Yeah, the home runs, he's got 35. Olsen, Goodman, Schwarber, and Caminero all with 33. And if Caminero keeps it up, man, holy crap, it's going to be insane. He is 3 behind CJ Abrams and 1 behind Sal Stewart right now for RBI. So Alvarez is 86, Abrams has 89. So RBIs might be a little short. But.
Remember the days when guys would go to the All-Star break with 88, 90, 95, coming up on 100 RBIs?
109, Juan Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy season. But, I mean, you go to the All-Star break and see guys that were at like 30 and 90 regularly.
Yeah, for sure. Think he's under contract for a few more years. Yeah, he's got a couple of years of control.
We looked at it not that long ago.
Yeah.
Signed through 2028.
Okay. So you got one more season of him because, next year's not happening. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm with you. I hope he does it. But the way the Nationals are still scoring runs, even with James Wood out, I think Abrams has got the RBIs there possibly. So, I mean, but it's 2 3-run bombs in a game for Alvarez, and he's got the lead again, which could happen tonight. Who freaking knows? So,
I don't put anything past him.
No, every time my phone goes off, it's Jordan Alvarez home run, Jordan Alvarez home run, Junior Caminero home run. It's just like it's insane. But all right. Will Venable oopsies. I don't know if you guys saw this. First inning, I forget who's on the mound. They're lefty there. The pitching coach had already gone out because the pitcher gave up 4 straight hits to start out the game. Venable, apparently not paying attention, comes out of the dugout, and starts heading to the mound. And the rule is you can't visit the mound twice in the same inning. And he's like halfway out before he realizes, like, oh crap, what did I do? And you see him try to kind of like backpedal back into the dugout. And Stephen Vogt sitting there like, dude, what are you doing? And then the umpires caught it. And then it's just like, I mean, were you sleeping? Did you forget you sent your pitching coach out there? Like,
yep.
What happened there?
We're gonna chalk that up to a newer manager brain fart. And the inning, it was a rough inning, and I think that was part of it too. It's, he's watching this whole thing kind of implode, and the natural reaction is to go out there and talk to him, and just forgot the pitching coach had been out there first. It would have been better if he like dove on the ground like an army crawled back to the dugout, like hoping he wasn't seen. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
But you can see the look on his face when he realized, he was like, oh, that was so dumb. Yep. He's like,
it was,
how do I get back? Like, it was too late.
It was Noah Schultz that had to start. So you could see when Will Venable gets out to the mound, he's like, I'm pretty sure that's what he said. He's like, I'm sorry, kid. Like, I completely screwed that up. And I mean, you've had a shitty first inning anyways, but we're still going to remove you. But I'm just sitting here so we can warm up the bullpen a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a great first inning, to your point, right? He gave up 4 straight hits. He was getting rocked.
It was rough. But
this was a hardcore oops. Scott, how was he not a Giant? Yeah, I'm almost wondering if he just back from taking a leak and didn't know. I mean, possibly should have hit the Michael Jackson moonwalk back to the dugout. That would have been incredible.
Well, and at the same time, where was the rest of the coaching staff, bench coach especially, going when he stood up, being like, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." Like, where was the rest of the coaching staff, like grabbing him by the jacket and pulling him back in? Like, we've seen that happen with other managers where like they've gotten up and you've had like one of the coaches reach over and grab them and like hold them in and just like remind them not to go. I've seen that several times. I want to say I saw it happen to Tito not that long ago, and where one of the coaches kind of grabbed his shirt and you saw him talk for a second and he goes, "Oh, right," and he sat down. Like, where's the rest of the coaching staff? Like yelling, "Don't do it."
Right. I don't know. Forrest, it's a good point. However, like, it's also the first half inning of the game, right?
It's still early.
Forrest says it's not the manager's job to watch everything the pitching coach does. I mean, he's going out to the middle of the mound. He stopped the game and went for a visit. So, like, as a manager, I would hope that I'm paying attention to that.
Yeah.
I hope. I mean,
it was clearly a messed up on his part. The other coaches, somebody should have saw him getting up and been like, "Don't do it, stop." But at the end of the day, like, as a manager, you're the guy where the line ends, and he screwed up. And I'm pretty sure in the post game conference, he even said it. Like, I own that. I screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it a really long inning? No. So
not really.
He gave up, I think, 3 straight hits.
It was a bad inning.
The pitching coach goes out. He gives up another pitch and outsteps Venable. So it was really 4 or 5 batters into the game. So it wasn't like an extremely long inning. He just completely botched it. So, I mean, it happens, but it was it's a big oopsie. And the White Sox, I wouldn't say have been playing great baseball lately. They've run into a couple buzzsaws.
Yeah.
But this definitely isn't a way to get your team back on track, for sure.
It's not been their best. That is for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Crazy.
At the end of the day, it's his mistake. He's got to own it. The coaching staff should have been working with him to help be like, "Hey, dude, don't do it." But at the end, ultimately, like, you screwed up, dude. Like, bad rookie mistake.
Yeah. Agree. All right. Let's get into this one last night. I was actually watching the Mariners game, and there's no excuse for this. Julio Rodriguez gets called up on a called third strike. He taps his helmet within time. I'm talking like umpire rings him up, finishes the punch out, and then Julio taps his helmet. The umpire is staring at him and won't give him the challenge. And I'm just like, that was definitely within the time frame. He didn't wait. He didn't argue the call. Nothing. Like the umpire literally had just finished the punch out, calling third strike. Then Julio taps. Like the Mariners even slowed it down in slow-mo, and it was still underneath the 2-second window that you get the challenge. So like in slow-mo. So he definitely did it within time. Wilson comes out. He's fired up. He pretty much protects Rodriguez to get him out of there. Wilson gets tossed. Now the next half inning, Jonathan Aranda challenges a pitch, and the umpire doesn't see it either. Then the umpires come in, and they're like, hey, like, dude, you got to pay attention or something, because he just challenged a pitch too, and you missed it. So this is, I don't know if this is a power trip, if this is the ump completely spacing that batters can touch their helmet for a challenge call. I don't know what this one was, but this was bad. This one was a bad look for umpire power trips.
Yeah, and I mean, so I didn't see it live. I mean, I caught the replays of it, and I don't know how he missed it, first of all, but secondly, why isn't there an ability to replay that? Like, why can't you confirm that he actually tapped his helmet in the right amount of time? Like, what that umpire, for all we know, that umpire's getting chirped at, and he looks this way and doesn't see the head tap. Like, there should be a way to catch that, not just the fact that I didn't see it.
Right.
Like, that seems crazy that like one guy's visual is determining if it's a valid challenge or not. Like, there should be a way to be like, no, I tapped. Check the replay. Or hey, other guys in the field, anybody else see me do it? Like, what is that? Why is there no appeal for that?
There should be.
That seems crazy to me.
So at first I thought, okay, I gave the umpire the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't see it, right? Then the Mariners, the cameramen and the Mariners were grade A performance last night, because they zoom in on Julio and the umpire's face, right? So they show the umpire in slow-mo punching him out. So he gets to this form right here, and you see his eyes lock directly with Julio immediately after the punch out, where Julio's tapping his helmet, and then the umpire says, no, I'm not giving you the challenge. Yeah. There's zero excuse for that. When I saw that frame and that zoom in work, you can't do that. That's inexcusable. Get out of there. And then not only was it that, was Wilson came out, and then the bench coach came out to kind of help protect Wilson. And the umpire must have said something, because then the bench coach, who had nothing to do with it, started getting heated at the umpire. And you could read his lips. He's like, oh, no, we don't say that. We don't do that. I mean, it was an absolute mess. There's absolutely no excuse for this umpire to do what he did. Wild.
Yeah, it's a bad look all around. There has to be a way to catch that. Like, you can't allow an umpire to overrule a challenge, whether he saw it or not, whether he was in a bad mood and didn't want to grant it. Like, none of it should matter. If I tapped in the time allowed, I should get that challenge. I got 3 other umps in the field that should be able to see it, and we got this thing called replay. We put that in a little while ago. Let's go back and watch the clip again. How are we not finding a way to catch that? Like, that just boggles my mind that this is something that can even happen.
Yeah. Silic said he said in an interview that he had spaced out and had a brain fart, and it's 100% his fault. So at least he took the blame. Good. As he should. At least we have an umpire that's accountable, and not kind of sticking to his guns like we've seen in the past.
But if he admits after the game that he had a brain fart and missed it, why didn't he say that on the field? And rather than throw those guys out, or did he? And the guys like blew up at him, and he, and that's why he ran him. But the whole thing just seems bizarre. Like, if you knew that, why was that not handled at the time? It's cool that you're like later, like, oh yeah, my bad, I screwed up. You still could have fixed it.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you're not
waiting?
Right. You're not Jim Joyce where you have no power to overturn it.
Right.
Like you can overturn this and just call the
like,
challenge.
we could have fixed this right when it happened. Instead, we're going to wait until after the game and be like, yeah, sorry, guys. I messed that one up.
Now, kudos to the Mariners fans, man. They booed that guy for the rest of the game. Like
They were merciless.
Rest of the game. It was incredible. So props to Mariners fans, man. You guys earned a lot of respect in my book last night. That was incredible. Every single call, man. They just were letting him have it. Strike, ball, didn't matter. It was incredible. Incredible. But
Brutal.
Chad says, at this point, can we just go to ABS for every pitch? The umps have an earbud. This isn't the first time it's becoming more embarrassing than missed calls, strike or ball. Right. I agree. Yeah, Ryan, unfortunately, it's like this with the entire Mariners team, but the sad part is this is the only good reason to talk about Julio at all.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, shots fired, but not really because Mariners fans are feeling that too. But there should be a designated replay ump that just focuses on replay aspects of umpires. That's not a bad idea, Silix. I like that. And Forrest, yes, I agree with this. They're clearly still growing pain stages of the challenge system, and they must find a way if it doesn't work. I agree. Automated challenge system next. We'll just keep going automated until it's completely fixed.
We're just kind of AI run the league like the Mets tried.
Yeah. Automatic strikes and balls in a couple seasons. Mike, I mean, I know we have like jokingly talked about it, but I could see it being a thing.
It honestly could be.
If it's going to be this bad. Because then the umpire, honestly, all he has to do is focus on the hitter, right? Is he in the box? Did he tap his helmet? I don't need to call strikes or balls. Somebody's giving it to me in my ear. So possibly. And this is the other thing, Scott. How about all the other umpires on the field? Now, he did ask for help for the Jonathan Aranda one he missed, right? Or at least
he did.
At least the umpires came flying in for it. Why didn't he for the Julio one?
I forgot about that. He did ask for help on that one.
Yeah. So why didn't he on that one? I just, man. And John, yeah, this is what I was talking about. I don't know what he said to Dan, but Manny Acta went off and called the crew chief over and was arguing about what the umpire said. Yeah.
I wonder if the umpire told him at that point, like, I screwed up, guys, but I'm not going to fix it or something crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, because Manny Acta's a pretty mellow dude and he lost it.
Yeah. Yeah. He butt right in right away. And he was like, oh, no. We don't say that. We don't do that. Yeah, it's a pride thing, Curtis. I get it. Right. Yeah. I do. I get it. But it's just, there's no reason for it. Yeah, at the 50th anniversary party of the team. Oh. Yeah, it was.
I didn't even realize that.
That was pretty cool, but it was really funny. The announcer probably had the line of the night, and he goes, "Of course, Dan Wilson getting tossed out because Lou Pinella's in the building."
Yes. That's perfect.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But Mariners are right in the thick of things. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, the Mariners are looking for a spark, right? And I don't blame Dan Wilson for getting in there and protecting his guy.
No, he had every right to be mad.
Yeah. Silic says the best umpiring I've seen for balls and strikes is in my freaking men's league. That's saying something. These so-called professional umps are worse and worse each year. Yeah. Ivan says umpiring is literally the only job I can think of where you can be horrible without accountability. Missing a challenge. What else is there to look for after a pitch is thrown? I don't know.
Ivan, I would put umpires on the same level as like the weathermen and women, the meteorologists, where you can be consistently wrong and yet you keep showing up to work every day and people somehow just like get over it.
Yeah. And Forrest, I get this point, right? You turn around and quote unquote fix one call you blew and they'll expect you to fix all of them and no ump has time for that.
Fair.
I get it. But if you go back and watch the clip, it wasn't the fact that he blew it. It was the fact that he just flat out didn't want to give Julio the challenge. He punches him out, immediately looks at Julio. So it's not even like he was looking down after the punch out or looking somewhere else. You see his eyes go to Julio Rodriguez. And then he says, no, I'm not giving you the challenge. That's where my issue is. It's not with the fact that he didn't call the challenge. It's the fact that I know he saw it because Julio is literally got his hand on his helmet when he makes eye contact with him, and he says, "Oh no, not enough. You didn't do it in time." It can't be an instantaneous thing. You have 2 seconds to challenge the pitch. 2 seconds is a long time when you're waiting for
it. 2 seconds is a very long time, Nick.
Anyways, we're not going to go down that road. Marty says there's severe shortage of umpires throughout many levels of the game, and and they're making it harder
everywhere and everything. I mean, the refs get roasted in the NFL, the NBA. It's the nature of that. Nobody's gonna be perfect, but I do feel like it gets a little bit worse as we keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, just a crazy scenario. And I mean, good for the umpire, I guess, after the fact to kind of, come out and say that it was his fault, but it should have been fixed immediately. And I hold the other umpires accountable too. They were watching the play as well. So, yeah. All right.
Hang on.
Oh.
No, just Aaron, MLB umpires should be full-time like NFL refs. I mean, NFL refs are not full-time. I mean, those guys Ed Hockley was he an attorney? He used to always joke about how hard he must have been like to defend in court. I'm pretty sure MLB umpires are full-time because based on the schedule, you couldn't do anything else during the season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are too.
Yeah, but NFL refs are not full-time. They have never been full-time because they only work 1 day a week.
Yeah. Although you could argue they probably should be, but yeah. All right. Moving on to Max Scherzer passes the big train for 10th all-time in strikeouts. Where does this put Scherzer on the all-time pitching list? And don't say 10th, that's a cop-out.
Boy, Mad Max. He's a complicated guy. I think, stats-wise, he's put up great stats, He's got a bunch of wins. Obviously he's not anywhere near the 300 mark, but I think he's a guy who's had a very good career. A lot of Ks, but he also pitched in a K era. I don't know. I mean, I look at Max as he was one of the handful of best pitchers in his generation. That puts him probably, I don't know, top 30, top 50 all time. I mean, I don't think he's like way up on the list. But I think he's a guy that will absolutely, go down as one of the best pitchers of his generation and in that group of really good pitchers over the history of baseball. But Michael 11th.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. For me, he's inside the top 50. Is he inside of like the top 25? Probably not. But I think he was a lot of fun to watch at his peak.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, dominant peak. Still has wipeout stuff at the age he's at, right? At times, he can still be completely dominant. Competitor, bulldog, yeah, just like you said, John Temple. He's been a blast to watch his entire career. I don't think I can put him in the top 30. I can probably sit here and name you 30 pitchers that I would take over Scherzer, but I mean, still, even if you're in the top 50 of pitchers all time, you did something special, man. And this dude's should have a perfect game under his belt, but thanks to Jose Tabata, he doesn't.
I mean, the Tabata situation's rough. I mean, it wasn't a good pitch, but Tabata was clearly using that to the advantage.
He had a chance for a 21 strikeout game, right? I mean, like, would have broke the record there. I mean, when he was at his peak, he was disgusting. But yeah, I'm saying top 50 for sure. So. Yeah, his eyeball's pretty scary too. Yeah, the two different colored eyes is pretty crazy.
Well, and like his antics in the dugout, like when he was flipping the coin with the umpires, like he's the guy that suggested sending bad umps to the minors. Like he is very much kind of a character in his own right. He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, teammates, umpires, opponents. But he's one of those guys that I think when like the guys that played with him when they were playing with him loved him. When they weren't playing with him, they didn't like him because he was a competitor. He had an edge. He was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And not just like his stuff. Like he was nasty.
Yeah, you talk to teammates, or I've heard teammates say when it's Max's start day, you don't talk to him.
No.
You don't converse with him. You don't make eye contact with him. You don't talk, like nothing. Like you're not around him. You're not talking to him. He is just completely ultra focused. But and Curtis says at this point, we'll just wonder what he'll wear at the Hall of Fame. What cap? What do you think, Harrison?
I mean, I mean, my gut tells me he'll go in as a national. I mean, I think that makes the most sense. You know, he was a huge part of that Nationals team when he was there, a huge part of that World Series team. I feel like he has to go in as a national. I'd love to see him go in as a Tiger because that was really, to me, that was, you know, late Detroit, early Washington was peak Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see him going as a Tigers. My guess is he goes in as a national because his 7 years in Washington were incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Mets. Heck, I'll go Mets. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just kidding. But no, I think I'm with you. I think it's Nationals. Or he can't decide between the Tigers and the Nats, and it's blank. We do have some blank hats in the Hall of Fame. He might not choose one.
Or he'll go in as the Dodgers because he was undefeated there.
I mean, there's that as well. So yeah. But we will see. Yeah, the dude's a madman, the vein of Ryan Clemens for sure. What cap does Verlander wear? He's going to be a Tiger. Yeah.
If he picks anything else, I'll be so disappointed.
Don't give me the Astros. I think it's. I know you probably want it to be the Astros, Marty. You're a huge Astros fan, but I think it's got to be the Tigers for Verlander. He
was in Detroit for 2/3 of his career. Like,
yeah,
you have to go in as a Tiger.
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah, one of the best Tigers of all time, considered.
I mean, so you look at his like career awards. Like almost all of them came as a Tiger.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. All right, Mitch Garver. With the Yankees desperate for right-handed catching or catching help in general, Garver signs a minor league deal with the Yankees. So the Mariners DFA him and Rob Refsnyder. The Yankees pick up Mitch Garver on a minor league deal. Do we see the right-handed hitting Mitch Garver up with the Yankees at some point this year?
God, I hope we do, because that means the Yankees are really having stuff go off the rails. I mean, yes, I hope we see him, because that means that the catcher position is a real hot dumpster fire that they can't fix. And that means that if you're leaning on Mitch Garver to save your catching situation, yes, I love that for the Yankees. There was a day when Mitch Garver was an intriguing bat, but those days are long past. And the thinking this guy is going to give you anything is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, he was part of that 30 home run club with the Twins in, 2019? Like, has crazy power, but he just doesn't play every day, strikes out way too much. Even in a heavy strikeout league, he strikes out way too much, and just doesn't really do anything for you. So I think this is an emergency plan. Curtis says dumpster diving Cashman again.
The dude... Over the last 3 years, he's hit $185. Like
league average. League average.
It's sad that 185 used to be like a terrible number. Now it's like, well, Schwarber hit 197 and got MVP votes. So like, what are you saying?
He also had 100 RBIs with that 197 average.
Yeah, right.
It's insane to think about, but
I mean, for the last 3 years, he's hit $185. I mean, what are we doing here? As I've said before about the Red Sox, you're the New York Yankees, and like this is what you're getting, Mitch Garver.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to the Yankees? Sorry, Curtis. I'm sure you feel the same way, but it's like, what the hell happened to the Yankees? Yeah. That Mitch Garver is coming to save the day.
John Temple goes, Mariners play New York Tuesday through Thursday. He's getting called up to hit 5 homers in all 3 games.
Yes, that'll totally happen. Then they'll DFA him.
Yeah, Marty, what's Posada up to nowadays? Wells hitting 308 in his last 10 games. He's warming up. Garver's just an insurance policy. Yeah, and absolutely. It's the right-handed catching that you need. Ryan Taylor, Garver once went 0 for 4 with 6 Ks.
That checks out.
Yeah, hasn't been great, but man. All right.
That checks out.
Yeah. Aaron Nola hits 2,000 career strikeouts, Harrison. Where do you kind of put Aaron Nola's career?
I mean, there was a day when Aaron Nola was, I would say, one of the, I don't know, top 15 or 20 guys in baseball. He had a stretch there in kind of like pre-2020 where he was utterly dominant. Otherwise, he's been a pretty okay pitcher. So I mean, I think, numbers wise, yeah, a lot of Ks, again, pitching in a K era. Not a lot of wins. He's had some rough seasons. ERA is good. I think he's been a guy that you look back on and say, yeah, he was a good major leaguer. I wouldn't even say he's like a Hall of Very good guy. He's just a guy that's been a good major leaguer. Now he's only 33. He's not done yet, and maybe there's still some more good years in him. But based on what we've seen this year, I think you're looking at a guy who's very much on the back nine. Heading towards the clubhouse, and the end is coming. He just doesn't seem to have the same stuff anymore. The sharpness is gone. Everything is just kind of like bland.
Yeah. So realistically, we think probably 2,500 strikeouts by the time his career is over. Now we think, right? Like these guys don't pitch the innings anymore, right? No. Gone are the days of 200 innings in a season. He gets 140, 150 max, right? Absolute max. These guys are going 150, 160 now. So does he pitch 5 or 6 more years at, 120, 130 Ks a year, get to 2,500?
Yeah, I mean, he signed through 2030, so the Phillies are stuck with him for 4 more years. So yeah, 2,500, 2,600 Ks, sure, absolutely. In those 4 years, he might add a total of 40 or 50 wins, and he probably retires with 160-ish games won. Again, a good career, but not a guy you're going to think about for the Hall. He might be on the ballot. I don't even know how they pick guys anymore for the ballot, because some of the guys that are on it, you're like, how did he make it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's a good pitcher. Yeah,
I agree. Solid MLB or Hall of Very Good worthy. That's about it. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's his ceiling is Hall of Very Good.
Yep. Ivan says Nola's 33. I give him 2 or 3 more really good seasons, so he'll just be a bit short. A little bit better than James Shields. Not a Hall of Famer, but still really good.
Yep.
Curtis says he hasn't been the same after 2022. Agree. Nola is diet AJ Burnett. Yeah. Not a bad comparison. And might as well go into the bullpen. Maybe later in his career he does. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what his future is. Do they really see him as a starter over the next 3 or 4 years, or does he start for a couple more and then he ends up as a kind of a cleanup guy in the bullpen? I don't know. I also don't know health wise. Like, what is that? How much more does he have in that arm? Because he's had a somewhat complicated history.
Yeah. Agree.
But he was super durable, and now he's not.
Yeah. But cool. I mean, it's still a nice milestone to get to. Not many pitchers get to this mark. So pretty cool milestone for Aaron Nola.
No, and a guy that's he's, what is he? Almost a 10 strikeout per 9 guy. Like at his peak, this dude was nasty.
Yeah. Agree. All right. Mike Trout homers on his birthday for the record tying 6th time. What's more random, Harrison? Him playing on his birthday or him actually homering on his birthday?
I mean, it's August. Usually by now he's out for the year. Or at least lately. So I think it's more random that he played on his birthday than he homered on it, because I expect him to homer when he's in the lineup because he's an animal. I just don't know when he's going to be in the lineup.
Yep. I mean, it's crazy that, his birthday comes around and it's like, yep, you can just count on a home run for Trout if he's in the lineup. But I mean, 6 times is crazy. Mike
Trout on his birthday. We got certain guys that like opening day a lot, although not anymore. So,
right.
Everybody's got their day.
Yeah. Wow. But
I love the fact that Mike Trout is still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're getting, I would say a I mean, I guess what's a good season, Mike Trout anymore? 120 games.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's the max you're going to get out of him.
I feel like we're seeing another good Trout season.
Yeah.
I mean, the greatness of Trout is gone, but he's still good.
Yep.
What is he at? He's at 98 games. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's on pace to play 120, maybe 125.
I would take 70% of Mike Trout. Right? I would. I would take 70% of Mike Trout. The dude's a freak, even when he's injured. So it's insane.
But again, our favorite stat, here's Mike Trout with 19 home runs and 41 RBIs.
Typical.
I mean 19 and 41. The only thing more absurd was his 40-80 year. Like that's dumb.
His 40-80 year was nuts, man. You hit 40 bombs. You have 80 RBIs.
Now, I get like he hits at the very top of the order. Not often a lot of guys on base. Well, at least at that time they were hitting him at the very top of the order. He tends to fluctuate a little bit more now, but a lot of you're not getting the bottom of the order's not getting on a lot. But still, like it's so sad to see some of his stat lines and be like, man, if only there was somebody there who could get on base, what this guy could do. I mean, 423 career home runs, just over 1,000 RBIs.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't 400 home runs get you 1,000 RBIs like all by itself?
It should. How many doubles has he got?
I mean, how many doubles? He's got, 341 career doubles and 55 career triples.
That's a lot of extra base hits to barely have 1,000 RBIs.
Guy's got 1,800 plus hits. It's dumb.
That is crazy. Yeah, him and Bobby Witt Jr., guys that are loyal to a fault. Great Trout, bad stream.
I thought our stream was pretty good.
I
think this is a pretty good live stream.
I think he's talking about the Angel stream, but that's
fair, fair enough.
It
was a fish reference. Now I get it.
Yeah, man, absolutely, just crazy. But yeah, just one of those weird baseball anomalies that happens. Mike Trout's birthday, Mike Trout homer.
That's the best thing about baseball. Like you've got brothers that are hitting home run number 300 at the same time. You have all this like weird, crazy stuff that seems to only happen in baseball.
Yeah, the Upton brothers was their 100th career homer on the same day. It was
100th was wild stats like this: birthday home runs, opening day home runs, home runs on Tuesday with the dome open. Like it's crazy how many stats there are.
Yeah, for sure. All right. That was pretty much the news I had for this week. I've got some out of left field discussion topics that we were going to do last Thursday, but we did the grades and stuff for the deadline. We had Lorenzo on, which was awesome having Lorenzo on. And I hope you guys enjoyed having him on. I know the Yankees fans probably did, but it was really cool to have him on for sure. So you can check him out on our Clearing the Bases show on Wednesday nights. He's usually there with us. But so these are the questions. I did pose them out there so you guys could think on them. So here we go with the first one. John Smoltz came out in one of these, reels that when the expansion teams enter the league, he suggested having a split season like the minor leagues used to do. So you would have a first half champion and that would automatically make the playoffs after the second half is over. So you'd have a first half champion, second half champion, then the playoffs. He said he would like this because it gives smaller market teams to get on a hot streak and compete for a chance for the playoffs in the first half of the season. Do you like that idea or not, Harrison?
I hate everything about this idea. I understand where he's coming from, and I can appreciate that he's trying to get creative because you got so many more teams. But I hate this because, like, how many times have we seen a team? I mean, let's pick on the Detroit Tigers last year. The Tigers would have been the first half champion potentially. Let's just say they were. They had a terrible second half and barely squeaked into the playoffs. But like if they had fallen off and missed it, like then they should have missed it. This whole like if I can get really hot for 3 months and get myself in the playoffs, like that seems crazy. That we're gonna judge it on a half a season. Baseball is meant to be played. Baseball is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a 5K, whatever we want to call this, because it's something in the middle. It's a marathon. And like you get judged on the balance of the season that you have. just because you got hot at the right time, like the Tampa Bay Rays might win the first half every friggin' year because
Right.
they always seem to get off to a great start. The Red Sox would have been a disaster in the first half, and they probably would win the second half.
Yeah.
I just it's the balance of the season. You play 162 games for a reason. You have to measure a team based on the entire balance. I do not like the idea of putting these little sprints in. You might as well just have like an in-season tournament too while you're at it and turn this into a real circus.
Yeah. Yes, I believe the minor leagues still do it, but
They do.
they also usually have two completely different rosters in both half of the year. You know what I mean? So like I kind of understand in the minors, right? Because if you start in low A, and by the end of the season, half your roster's already moved up to high A or double A, right? They're gone.
Yep.
So I kind of get that, but
yeah, and they did it for that exact reason. It was to get more guys in. The guys that are good get promoted up quickly, and they just pick up with their team and keep going.
yeah. Mike Reed says no, 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 1,000 times no. Agree. John Carter, no, absolutely not. John Temple, John Smoltz also likes to watch baseball on Apple TV. Baseball history dork, absolutely not. What do the first half winners have to play for in the second half? And that's a great point too, right? Do they just kind of coast and rest up? Like, what do they do? Good intention, bad idea. I agree with you, Curtis. Everyone's with us. It's a no. Ryan says, I don't know if I'm just grumpy tonight or what, but this idea is dumb AF.
It
It is
terrible.
I'm with you.
And Smoltz is a baseball traditionalist. Like, where is this nonsense coming from? Like, I don't get that.
I think it's like his response to the salary. I think this was branched. It had to have. This was me, thinking. It had to have come off a salary cap question. Because why else would they be talking about the lower market teams competing, right? So this must have been his way of trying to like make it seem like the lower markets have a shot if a salary cap's not implemented. That would be my guess of where this idea comes from. But I don't know if I'm giving him credit or not, but I'm pretty sure that's where this conversation kind of stemmed off from.
Yep.
But
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I get, again, like I understand what he's getting at. I understand the concept and the why. I don't love turning baseball into this weird like circus.
Yeah. Ivan says, I don't like it. Let's not forget the 1981 Reds, best record in baseball, but were neither in first place at the strike nor at the end of the second half, so they didn't make the playoffs. Nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think they need to reduce the playoffs back to 4 per league. That's not going to happen, Brian. I get what you're saying, but playoffs make money. The more teams they have in the playoffs, the more money the league makes. And we all know it's not about baseball anymore. It's about the money we can make. 8 playoff when expansion gets in, there's going to be 8 teams per league that get in. So you have a quote unquote balanced bracket on both sides. And you have 16 playoff teams, right? Half the league is going to make the playoffs because, playoffs bring excitement and money. So.
Moolah. And is it just me? Maybe I've been like spaced out for the last like several months, but is that our first Bryan Adams sighting in a while?
Yeah, he came in a couple shows ago.
Okay, I just missed it.
Yeah.
Love to see some of those names pop back up.
Right. While you're at it, put in a trick play equalizer point. Yeah, a little banana ball in there. Why not?
I'm telling you guys, if we have a 2027 lockout, get ready for banana ball to take the world by storm because it's going to be wild.
Yeah, I actually just watched a clip before we came on. Banana ball was in Minneapolis, and the fans caught 10 foul ball outs. It was crazy. They were going ballistic over there, but nuts. Yep. But oh yeah, here comes all the Bryan Adams references. Love it. But if they were to do this, how would they determine the wild card teams, or would they just expand the playoffs? I don't know. It's a good question, Scott. Would it be the top 2 in each league? Get automatic tick, like the best 2 records in the American League, best 2 records in the National League, just go? Like, would you get rid of divisions?
I mean, I think you'd do it. You might do it more like the NFL does. Like you've got your division winners and your 4 divisions. So if you go to 4 divisions, I would think you'd go to 4 divisions to make this a little more geographically tight. and it's 4 division winners and 4 division winners go, and then you get your wild card teams that are just the best of the rest.
Yeah, I agree. It'd probably be something like that. So, but yeah, not a fan. No one else is a fan, so that's cool.
And Forrest, we're already close enough to having sub 500 teams in the postseason.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you say close enough, I mean we probably are going to have a sub 500 team in the postseason.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a sad state of affairs here.
All right, Harrison, it is time for our first half award winners. This kind of would have made sense after the trade deadline, but
it's fine.
Who are you taking for your AL and NL Rookie of the Years?
Oh, this is all right. So in the National League, I really want to go with Sal Stewart. But you cannot deny the fact that the Cardinals are competing when they're not supposed to be, and JJ Weatherholt is a big part of that. So I feel like you have to give JJ Weatherholt the nod here.
Yep.
If it was different or the Reds are more competitive, I'd probably give it to Sal Stewart. I think he's having the better season. I think Weatherholt's having the bigger impact. So I got to give it to Weatherholt there in the National League.
Yeah, I'm with you. And just to be different, I'll go Sal Stewart, but I'm with you. I think it's Weatherholt.
Yeah, and I think it's those two to me to the wire. And I don't think there's really anybody else even in the conversation anymore.
No, absolutely not. AL, is it our boy?
Well, I guess which one's our boy?
Is it Peyton Tolley?
No. I mean, I'd love to think it's Peyton Tolley, but no. In the AL for me, it was Murakami until he got hurt.
Yes.
Now I feel like it's McGonigal. McGonigal has continued to develop and improve as the season goes on. He's got incredible talent. He's got energy. He's honestly, sorry, Joseph and any other Tigers fans in chat, but he's one of the few guys on that team that I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Like I do find him exciting. And I got to see him last year in Portland twice in AA. He was a monster. Guy was a monster. Just the way he played. I mean, he is such a game changer, and he's continuing to do that at this level.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, word for word, it was Murakami till he got hurt. I mean, had 20 bombs before he got hurt. But you can't ignore McGonigal. So I'm with, and chat is pretty much with us. McGonigal and Weatherholt seems to be the pretty consensus votes there. John Carter says Murakami and Foster Griffin if he didn't get traded.
Oh,
not a bad choice there. He's had a really good season there.
He has.
It's just so hard to call a 31-year-old a rookie, but man,
it's so weird.
It's so cool though. I love that. All right, your managers of the year, and I'll start. I thought it was going to be Will Venable until the stunt he pulled the other night. So let's retract that. I'm thinking it's Chad Tracy at this point. I think he's taken the torch from Will Venable. Thoughts?
I'm with you. I still believe Venable will get it because of the overall picture. Yeah. But Chad Tracy has really opened some eyes. At least, I mean, I was very much like, great, we're mailing in the season. At least this guy knows the names of these players. Like, we'll see what happens. Like, the players have really rallied around him, gelled around him. Everybody seems more relaxed. The energy's better. Like, they seem like having fun again. Everybody is so, like, stiff under Cora, and I think it's because everybody knew the end was coming. So I would say, yeah, I think it's Venable still for me, but I think Chad Tracy's making a hell of a case to get into that conversation and take it.
Yeah, I think it has something to say where a lot of those guys had played with Tracy down in AAA, right? It was probably the smartest thing the Red Sox could have done was pull him up out of AAA. Be like, hey, you have a pulse on most of these guys. You don't with like Crochet and Gray and the guys that came in, obviously, right? But the homegrown guys, well, and that's what we're focused on right now. So we're just looking for you to continue your friendships with them, your professional relationships with them, and keep them going forward. And man, turned it around. So a lot of people still think it's going to be Venable. And to your point, Harrison, the complete flip that the White Sox have done, I tend to agree with you. That one might be a tough race, but NL,
it's tight.
NL Manager of the Year.
This This is a tough one for me because I think there's really two, and one of them I almost hate to say. I'm stuck between Don Mattingly and what he's done for that Phillies team that was going off the rails, and then he reined them back in. I'm also frustratingly leaning towards Ollie Marmol with the Cardinals because I've had my moments where I've really questioned that guy's ability to manage and just him in general. Like, I think he's a good guy. I just think he's continued to show that he doesn't really know what the hell he's doing. But it seems like whether he's just improved and matured in the role, whether he finally got some support out of the front office when they kind of committed to him in the offseason, he felt comfortable again. He seems like a totally different guy in that dugout. The players are around him. He's laughing with them. Like his whole energy and demeanor has changed. And maybe there's more of that in the past. We just didn't get to see it because the team, there was not much to watch there.
Yeah.
But I think Ollie Marmol has done a hell of a job taking a team that really is in a rebuild, that really sold and dumped, and bringing young guys in. That's a really crappy transition to go through as a manager when the team's not supposed to be good, but you're supposed to sit there with a smile on your face.
Right.
I think he's done a hell of a job managing it.
Albert Pujols for not taking the Padres job wins manager of the year.
Dodged a bullet. I mean, the other person to talk about too in all this is AI for the Mets. I think AI is Mike manager of the year for the rest of the league.
For sure. Curtis Mattingly or Lavello. Now, listen, I'm with you on Mattingly. He has single-handedly pretty much Supermaned that speeding train and put it back on the tracks himself because they were heading off in a hurry. The Phillies were done, window shut. Mattingly starting to pull that back open. I think it's him. Lavello's a great, you're pulling on my heartstrings here being a closet Diamondbacks fans, but he has done so much with a lot of injuries on that team. And Diamondbacks are playing good baseball, even though he's had to completely reconstruct that pitching staff. Somehow he's still winning games. I don't hate that pick, but I think it is Don Mattingly here. So with Vitello right behind both of them for sure. Yeah, Vitello's got to be right behind him. Agree.
Oh, we were talking about manager. Oh, manager of the. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the managers that were good, not realizing I guess we're being inclusive on the show and including all managers, even though they suck.
Yes, for sure.
Got it.
Silic says Walt Weiss for keeping a team with no starters 8 games in first. Yeah, he's had to for tackling. Right, go ahead.
I'll say Walt Weiss for tackling a dude twice his size.
Yeah, Walt Weiss isn't a bad one. Braves the same thing with his pitcher rotation. He's had to kind of do what Torey Lavello's done and piece it together. So yeah, I don't hate that. Michael says it too up here. So Walt Weiss, possibly. So we'll see. All right, Cy Young Awards. Who do you got?
All right, in the AL.
Do it. Right. Do it. Come on.
Why? Who am I going to say?
Sonny Gray.
I so badly want to say Sonny Gray, but I really feel like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to be a homer. I am going to go with what my original thought was, and I'm going to say my pick is Cam Schlittler.
Can't go wrong with that one, honestly.
That kid is so utterly dominant. He's just toying with batters.
It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
He's become one of the, and granted, I'm not a Yankees fan in the least, but he is becoming must-see TV. Now, granted, he got rocked his last start, so I understand that, but we're talking first half. He's just been so electric.
Yeah. Sonny Gray, 14-2, 2.7 ERA, 119 innings pitched, 106 strikeouts, a 1.1 whip. Right? Out of a guy that is 36, almost 37. This dude just won't go away. And I love his style of pitching, man. He's not the high you off balance. You don't know what's coming. I'm going to bust you in with a sinker, a slider outside, right? The ball comes out of the same tunnel. You just don't know which way it's darting, and you're going to roll it over. Now, Dylan Cease, another fantastic one. right?
Silly.
He's had an insane year. And I hope that doesn't come off as me being a homer, but Dylan Cease, like 7-5. Yes, that's a product of the Blue Jays, right? 2.2 ERA might get it done with 184 strikeouts. And he's got a one whip. So he's got the quote unquote flashier stats, right? But he doesn't have the wins. He's 7-5.
No, but look at Schlittler, 10-6 with a 2.26 ERA, 171 Ks and 139 and 2/3, a 0.95 whip.
Yeah.
Like video game numbers. What's front like so he beat the Phillies what, 2 weeks ago now? He won a 1-0 game against the Phillies, 12 Ks. The Yankees did nothing to help him. Nothing. And they still won that game 1-0 because he just like threw them on his back and willed them to win.
Yeah.
There are some really good choices this year.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to see a kid who's 25 who's in that discussion.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with either one of those three. But I think realistically, I think you're right. It's going to go to Schlittler, right? Because, I mean, they have the high strikeouts thing. Like, that's the sexy thing. That's the sexy stat.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So, Ivan says, after today, Cam's ERA is down to 2.1. So, and throw in another 11 Ks and a no decision because we can't hit. Yikes.
That kid is like snake bitten with run support. They don't score freaking anything for him.
Yeah.
Start after start. He gets that treatment of like, we're only going to give you 1 or 2, kid. Like, go make do with it. If he makes a single mistake, he can't win.
Yeah. Now, I mean, so Chad, I don't think Sonny Gray gets to 20 wins, right? He doesn't have 8 more starts left in the season, I don't think. But so how big a factor is that in the voting? If he gets to 20 wins, I think that's, again, don't want to come across like that. But if you get 20 wins, especially today, when's the last 20 game winner we had? It's been a while.
He only needs 6 more wins. He's at 14 now.
Oh, 14. Right.
Yeah.
So possibly if he gets to 20,
he's probably got 8 more starts, maybe 9.
Yeah. If we're stretching it, if you're not trying to line up for the playoffs.
Well, and that's the thing. It's, how far do you push a guy who did miss some time already this year as you get ready for the playoffs? Like, there may be an option here where you're like, maybe we back him down a little bit.
Yeah, if he gets to 20, I think it's a slam dunk, right? I mean, we just don't see 20-win seasons anymore out of a pitcher.
No.
We don't. So I think it might be a slam dunk. But if not, if he doesn't get to 20, I think it's Schlittler or Cease because they got the case. They got the sexy stat. And the ERA.
And what's more impressive is if Sonny Gray gets the 20 wins after missing a few weeks, like that's even more impressive.
Yeah. So... But yeah,
I mean, here's a guy who's probably gonna end up at, I don't know, 28, maybe 29 starts.
Yeah,
with 20 wins, like that would be nuts.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, Kyle Wright won 21 games for the Braves in 2022. It's the last time.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like the ultimate like no name 20-game winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I think immediately got
Jose Lima.
Didn't he get like traded to KC right after that? I think he went in a deal.
Yeah, it's
to KC or came from KC or something like that.
Weird.
Yeah. All right, NL. Is it The Miz? Is it Yamamoto? Who is it in the NL?
I mean, it's got to be Miz. I mean, all the ridiculous stuff he's done, the 100+ mile per hour pitches. I feel like every night he's doing something we've never seen before, like 66 pitches over 100, the fastest pitch recorded by a starter. I mean, it's every night.
Yeah.
And it helps that he's good. I mean, he's got a 1.63 ERA.
163 is crazy.
Listen to this line for a minute. He's 11-5 with a 1.63 ERA. He's got 195 Ks in 127 innings and a .732 whip. I mean, we're talking like he won't make the same number of starts, but we're talking like a Gibson-style season in terms of his numbers. And Gibson broke baseball when he did that. Like, this kid is different. I mean, the hard part is Gibson could like pitch the next year where for all we know, Mrs. Arm's going to fall off here at any moment. But every night, this kid's doing something we've never seen before.
Yeah. 104, 105. Next
Absurd.
start, 106, 107. It's just like, okay, dude.
Like, stop already. Like, you're doing, as the kids say, you're doing too much.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and Yamamoto's been great, but I mean, he's a full point higher ERA wise with 2/3 as many strikeouts. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, Miz is video game numbers.
Yep. I don't even think I pitched with him that well in my video game on rookie. So there's that. Like, that's how good he's been.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't even replicate this on easy mode in the video game. You're right.
Yeah, that's wild. All right, MVPs before we move on. Let's start in the AL. Think it's unanimous here. It's still going to go to Aaron Judge.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Done. Check
Yeah.
the box. Send it.
But no, seriously, it's Yordan.
There's
no one even remotely close, right?
There's no discussion to even have here. It's Yordan, period, full stop.
Yeah. And then NL, is it still Shohei's award to have?
I'm going PCA. PCA has been an absolute monster. If not for PCA, that Cubs team is probably clinging to a wild card spot or fighting. He makes a huge difference in the field, at the plate, on the base pass. He does literally everything. Now, if he pitched, we wouldn't even be talking about this, but he does a little bit of everything. And his value to the Cubs is just massive.
Yeah. Do you think with Shohei Ohtani not pitching as much this year hurt his MVP chances this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reality, as we've said all along, when Shohei pitches, his offense dips, and it has. You know, the power numbers are down. I mean, granted, he's still putting up good numbers. Let's be serious. Like 294, 26 home runs is still a great season.
Right.
You know, but he's without pitching on top of that, like he's kind of another guy versus like this completely different animal. Now his pitching stats have been absurd. Like he's pitched really, really well when he's been on the mound. But I'm not convinced we're going to see him again on the mound this year. He hasn't pitched in over a month. They're not putting a timetable on him coming back to the mound. And I question, what is his pitching career like? Like, is this kind of the end of it?
Yeah.
I mean, he's made 14 starts, and that's probably about all his body can handle. He made 14 last year too, 14 this year. The most he ever made was 28 in 2022. And then 2022 offensively for him was his worst season in the last 6. It's like there's definitely a trade-off here.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm the Dodgers, I want his 50-50. I don't need his 20 and 90 with 6 stolen bases and pitching performances. Dude, I have the pitching. If they could stay off the IL.
Well, right.
We have the pitching. Like, I don't need you on the mound. I need your 50 bombs in the lineup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's PCA for me too. Abrams will get some votes for sure. Yeah. Miz might even get some MVP votes. That's fair. And do you think the Ohtani fatigue might be a thing with writers?
No, they will ball wash him to the end of time. No doubt. I think the issue with Ohtani is he's a DH. At the end of the day, he's a DH, the least valuable position on the field, unless you put up huge offensive numbers.
Right.
And he's putting up really good offensive numbers. But a DH is just going to get less value overall. Ask David Ortiz about that. And then with the pitching being cut back because of the knee and stuff like that, and them just trying to, I think, load manage him.
Right.
You know, that side of the ball, he's not going to make as big an impact. So I think Ohtani's hard because when he pitches, his offense goes down. He really can't pitch more than part-time. So you're getting a partial benefit there, but less offense over here. It's certainly too much on his body because we're seeing him definitely, he's dealing with some nagging stuff right now that he can't seem to get over. And we can't forget he is 32. Like, not that I'm saying he's an old man, but he's now kind of creeping into the sort of the end of the prime window, right? Where physically he's just not going to rebound like he did 5 years ago. he's
Right.
gonna need more time off. He won't be able to do both for as long. So I think the anomaly that is Ohtani. There's a shelf life for that.
Yeah. Well, and we've talked about that for a long time. We've talked about like how much longer does he realistically pitch for before it
Right.
really starts to take a toll on his offense? And we've seen it this year. I mean, he's usually in the 30s or 40s by now for homers. So
Right.
so we have seen a dip for sure. And Al, to your point, load management Dodgers, they're playing this correctly. You're absolutely 1,000% correct. They want guys ready to go for the postseason, right? He's not on the hill now. You'll see him make a couple spot starts in September, most likely, if
Sure.
the knee is fine, if everything's ready to go. So he is ready to pitch in the postseason. They've done it before. They'll do it again. So agree. Mike says if Ohtani wins this year, serious investigation of baseball writers needs to be made. But everybody's kind of with us. It's PCA for us right here. So,
well, and I'm going to say the quiet part out loud for a minute. And I'm not saying Ohtani hasn't deserved the MVPs that he's won.
Right.
But him being the league MVP creates massive financial windfalls for baseball. Because the more important he is to MLB, the more Japan gets excited to see their boy play. He needs to remain relevant because that prints money for the Dodgers and baseball. So yeah, you need him to continue to be the face, the guy you talk about most.
Yeah. Ohtani fatigue won't happen, but Dodger fatigue will be real. A lot of writers annoyed with how the Dodgers are conducting business, and that's fair. That's a good point. Silic says if I'm the Dodgers, I don't pitch him unless it's the closer role. And Edwin Diaz is back, and my gosh, is he not good?
Oh, brutal.
He blew 2 saves against the Diamondbacks. Not great.
I love that for the Dodgers, by the way.
Yeah. So you got Skubal with Yamamoto, Snell, and Glasnow coming back, and Justin Wroblewski. Wroblewski? Did I say his name right? I think it's Wroblewski.
Wroblewski?
WroeB.
It's like way too many consonants in a row, but yeah.
Wroblewski, something like that. Anyways, they got those guys. So there's no pressure for Shohei to pitch, is my point after butchering Justin W's name. So sorry about that, buddy. There's no pressure for Shohei to pitch. Come into a closer role. I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. We've talked about that before.
Wroblewski.
Oh, I was so close.
You were so close. I have to look it up. I can never pronounce it correctly.
Wroblewski. Whatever.
Yep.
So close. Yeah, Forrest says the fact that Ohtani not pitching as much brings into question his worthiness of the MVP when none of the other candidates are two-way players says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. So,
I mean, because at the end of the day, offensively, he's not better than the guys he's going up against right now.
Right.
So, like, he has to bring the value on the pitching side.
Yeah. But yeah, they're probably going to move Tanner Scott back to the closer role. I agree, Scott. But yeah,
it has to because Diaz is terrible.
Yeah, it's not good. But to your point about PCA, listen, he's winning games at home plate in the batter's box, and he is winning games just patrolling the entire outfield at Wrigley. That dude gets to everything with ease. I think PCA wins in kind of a runaway here. Unless the Miz steals some MVP votes from him, which could happen. So
yeah, yep. And PCA he'll be a 30-30 guy here before the month is over. Question becomes, I think 40-40 is probably too far away. He's got to hit a lot of home runs, but he's a 30-30 guy. He'll probably be 35-35 guy, something like that. But
yeah,
it's impressive what this kid can do.
Yep. So I'm with you. All right. Let's move on. We're going to stick with the Dodgers a little bit here, Harrison. But I ask you this. Which team emerges as the next dynasty after the Dodgers are all done breaking baseball?
I feel like the color of your question mark is trying to insinuate something.
No.
But I think it is. You so badly want them to become a dynasty. But I'll be honest, I thought I really thought we were going to see the Orioles transition into that team, but they've just fallen way too far off the path. That young core has disappeared.
The Reds were on that path too.
The Reds are on that path. The Marlins are loaded with young talent, but they'll never get to dynasty level. They might have a couple of relevant years. I think when you talk like dynasty, you need a team that can both develop and sign. It's hard to build dynasties on small payrolls. So for me, it's going to have to be a slightly larger market club. And I actually think one team that could do it, and this is going to be gross to say, when ownership changes hands, the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox have a system full of prospects now. They're going to have an owner that spends money here in the very near future. They've got some guys they can build around, and they're hungry to be relevant. The White Sox are a team that could go out and make a lot of moves and bring up some talent and put together a team that's good for a stretch of years. I mean, it's, what is a dynasty? Are you good for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? I mean, I feel like dynasties are hard to build where you're good for long stretches of time, but 3 to 5 years, a team like the White Sox could hit a window and put something together. I mean, I think the Athletics, when they hit Vegas, could put something together too. I just think that's going to be a very difficult ballpark to find pitchers to want to come to.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would define dynasty as a team that's not necessarily in it right now, but could emerge as just a contender for a while. Yeah. Right? Not necessarily win the World Series, right? The last 20 years, we've only had the Dodgers repeat. So like baseball dynasties are weird, right? It doesn't necessarily happen, but I'm going to take the St. Louis Cardinals here. I think with JJ Weatherholt coming up and making the impact that he is, they can build around him. They can somehow keep Jordan Walker, and he keeps playing like this. Chaim Bloom keeps building the system. The Cardinals will give Chaim Bloom the checkbook at some point when he has built that farm to where he needs to. The Cardinals will hand over the checkbook and say, get us back to the promised land. I'm going to take the Cardinals here because I think they're in the best shape at the moment going forward. Again, they're ahead of where they're supposed to be, but the young kids are already there and making a difference. And with Bloom there, I am confident that the Cardinals will be back sooner rather than later, and they will be serious contenders here.
Yeah, I think it's fair. We got a lot of votes for Tampa in chat, which I think is another great one.
Always.
I mean, you could argue that the Brewers and the Rays have been kind of mini dynasties for the last few years anyways, because they're consistently in the playoffs. They've won divisions. They're not like, it's hard because the Dodgers overshadow everybody, but you could argue that the Rays and Brewers are kind of on the verge of being dynasties because they've been so competitive for so long.
Yeah. And Mike, this is a good point too. Gonna depend how expansion tweaks the divisions. The Rays could end up surrounded by other small market teams and win a bunch of division titles and probably get at least one ring. Yeah. Or they get put in a juggernaut, division. Yeah. We're not sure how they're going to, I mean, we have an idea that it's probably going to be geographical, but I mean, dude, the Northeast would be a gauntlet. It would be crazy, but
yeah, Red Sox, Yankees, Phillies, Mets. I mean,
yeah,
at least you got the Mets there to beat up on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true.
Boston, Philadelphia, and 2 New Yorks. I mean, wow.
Yeah. Tigers core players together 4 more years. They could run 28 through 31. I mean, possibly.
But they don't have Scooble anymore. How are they ever going to compete?
Don't know. But,
although, did you hear Scooble the other day saying like I'd welcome a return? I would go back. It's like, dude, stop. Like, just stop.
Yeah, and I heard the Dodgers in LA, they're not really happy with that, but like that's Scott Boras talking out of his lips.
Oh, for sure.
That is, hey, you got to keep your options wide open during free agency.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're going. And you have to say that, hey, like I'll come back if the price is right, because you're gonna play all 30 MLB teams if you can. So that's him playing the long game, but you don't say it right now.
No. There's one thing Scooble loves to say is say stupid stuff at the wrong time. Like, I withheld information about injury. Oh, yeah, I'd love to go back to where I just got traded from. It's like, oh, my Lord, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to, like, muzzle that guy.
Yeah, I agree. All right. We kind of went over this with Lorenzo, but what are your boldest predictions for the rest of the season?
Boldest predictions for the rest of the season. So, I mean, obviously, I think we're all saying we want to see the White Sox make the playoffs. That one kind of goes without saying.
Yep.
I would say my other bold predictions are Astros win the West, Red Sox win the East, and I'm going to say Diamondbacks miss the playoffs because the Padres take the spot.
Ouch, Harrison.
I know. I didn't want to say that one, but I feel like I have to. If we're going to be bold, we got to be bold.
Yeah, but not painful.
I know. The Diamondbacks, there's something about that team. I just don't buy it. I don't buy the Padres either, but for some reason they have a way of just like slithering their way in there.
Oh, no, that would be the Snakes that would slither their way in there, but
they seem to slither their way out is the problem. They go the wrong direction.
Yeah. Bold prediction for me. Mariners somehow figure it out and win the West.
That's extremely bold. That's like almost like insane level.
Yeah. I'm wearing the Mariners cap tonight. I've thrown a lot of hate the Mariners way. That's my bold prediction. The Mariners figure it out, win the West.
Have you thrown the Mariners hate, or have you just pointed out the facts?
It depends on how you look at it, Harrison. Sometimes facts is hate.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah. So Marty thinks Cubs win the NLCS, go to the World Series. Dang. I don't hate that. For that pitching, anything's possible.
I just want to see anybody but the Dodgers win the NLCS. I don't care who it is at this point.
Preach it.
Yeah, I don't care who it is. Anybody. I'll take anybody. Padres, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Brewers. Hell, I'll take the Phillies. Anybody but the Dodgers.
Amen, brother. Yeah, I'm with you. Please. Michael says Phillies miss the playoffs. Marlins make it.
Ooh.
Mike Reed, Tigers.
I feel like the Marlins kind of sold their chances, but maybe not.
Yeah. Mike Reed says Tigers catch the White Sox. That would be crazy. Trade away Scooble and they catch the White Sox. That would be awesome. Yordan Alvarez wins AL Triple Crown. We actually talked about him possibly winning the MLB Triple Crown earlier, Ivan. He just needs 3 more RBIs to catch CJ Abrams, and he's got that right now. He'd be in the lead for all 3. Forrest says predict a crazy repeat NLCS between the Brewers and the Dodgers. Yeah, Al says I want Gossman to win title with the Cubs. Man, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yep. So Vitello coaches Sonoma Junior College next year. Texas wins the AL West. Diamondbacks wins the last NL playoff spots. I don't hate that.
So you're just picking against me, Curtis? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, God, Stillix. Jordan goes on a late season slump and loses MVP to Contreras as Boston wins the East.
Wow.
That's pretty bold. Rocky surpassed the Giants. Okay, not terribly hot. Harrison, if the Yankees versus the Dodgers, who are you going for?
Giant meteor.
We said that last year, too.
Yeah, is that an option? Is a giant meteor an option? I mean, honestly, when it was Yankees-Dodgers, I was picking the Yankees just because I just can't watch the Dodgers win.
Yeah, it was wild that Red Sox Nation was behind the New York Yankees last year.
It was, yeah, that was a weird feeling.
It was weird for all of us. Like, we're going on like the Red Sox pages and stuff, and they're like go Yankees, like please beat the Dodgers. And I'm just like, man, this rivalry just is not the same anymore.
It's gotten weird, man. It's really weird.
That is awkward. But yes, I'm with you guys. Let's go.
Yeah, really weird.
Dodgers get knocked off in the wild card round. They would they have a bye though? They got the top 2 records get a bye, right?
Yes.
And automatically go to the DS. So they would have to fall out of that second spot, possibly.
Which they could. I mean, it's been rough lately. I mean, they're They're currently in the 3rd spot in the National League after losing 8 of
Yeah.
10.
Oh, Al, this would be sick. A 1-game playoff to get into the last wild card spot in the AL.
Oh yeah.
A game 163 would be sick. We almost had that. Was it last year when the Mets and the Braves played a doubleheader on the last day of the year?
Yeah.
I think the Mets had to win both in order for the Diamondbacks to get in. But if the Braves won both, they would have had to play a tiebreaker, I think. It was something weird like that. Or the year before, because it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was the year before that happened.
And then game 1 of the doubleheader decided it, and it was all irrelevant at that point. But
yeah,
we were real close.
Yeah. So, all right, on to trivia. Harrison's got 2 brand new forms of trivia. I can't wait for these. These sound like they're going to be fun.
Yeah, I got 2 flavors of trivia. Just wanted to mix it up. I had some ideas over the last week or so that I wanted to try. So we're going to test out some new trivia. So this first one is say what, and I will give you what I would consider to be a famous quote, whether it could be from a player, manager, front office person, fan, movie, just baseball quotes, and see if you guys know who said it. So we'll start off. There's a good mix of some real easy ones. There's some harder ones. Maybe a couple that'll be stumpers. Maybe controversial. Who knows? We'll see where it takes us.
All right.
All right. This is one that absolutely everybody should get. So the famous quote from 1992 of "There's no crying in baseball." Who said it?
Yeah, the heart is what makes it great. It's also another great quote in that movie. So,
yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And this one was for you, Nick, because I know you love this movie.
I do love this movie. It's one of my top baseball movies. When it's on TV, no matter where it is in the movie, I just pick it up and keep watching it. So it is great.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's one of those movies that doesn't get probably enough respect. So you guys are all correct that Tom Hanks said it, but what's the name of the character?
There we go.
There we go.
He's coming in now. Yeah. This is absolutely, I mean, yes, Tom Hanks will accept it. We'll give you half points for non-existent standings. But yes, Jimmy Dugan for sure is absolutely correct.
Absolutely, yeah. So Jimmy Dugan, played by Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own, is the answer.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's top 5 baseball movie for me. I love it. Hit 56 homers in 1938. He did.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, all right.
Another super easy one and an absolute classic. Although one that's got a little controversy to it. We'll get into that afterwards. But who said the quote, "It ain't over till it's over," in 1973?
Yeah. Catching a game is a once in a lifetime, or catching a perfect game is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've done it twice.
Yeah. Tell the chef to cut my pizza into 6 slices. I can't eat 8.
Yeah. It's getting late early out here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Everyone's got this one for sure. It's Yogi for sure. Yogi Berra.
Yeah. Yogi Berra, as Mets manager, we're talking about the pennant race. Now, I will say in Yogi's autobiography, he says, I didn't say that. I said something kind of like it, something along the lines of you're never really out of it. And it was a reporter that twisted it and made it sound like it ain't over till it's over. But according to Yogi, he never actually said that. But it was always attributed to him. There's another quote, not in this one that I found, that actually was he never said it, and he even admitted to not saying it. But it's always been assumed that it was him.
If you get hurt at work, it doesn't hurt to miss work.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah. Next one. All right. This quote at the time pissed a lot of people off. But the quote is, "I'm the straw that stirs the drink." So from 1977, who said it?
There's only a couple of personas in the MLB at this time that would say that for sure. But
yeah,
I definitely know this one.
Yeah, this was This got some feathers ruffled.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone's got this one too for sure. Good old Reggie Jackson for sure.
Yeah, he said that in Sport Magazine, and when he got approached, did you say? He's like, hell yeah, I said it. He friggin' owned it.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I really wish I was alive during his prime, where he was just absolute beast.
Oh yeah, just a monster at the time.
Yeah.
All right, now this one might be a little tricky. This is a little bit more of an obscure one. The quote is, "I had a better year than he did," and it was said in 1930. Who said it?
What is it in reference to?
It was in reference to the current sitting president.
Yeah. Baseball history door says Babe Ruth. Ivan says Babe Ruth as well. Yeah. About making more money than the president. There it is.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Babe Ruth on out-earning President Hoover at the time. Somebody asked him what he thought about it. He said, well, I had a better year than he did. And just kind of like, boom, there it is.
That's awesome. I love that. Incredible.
So, all right. This is I would consider to be a very famous quote, not always attributed to the right person. So, the quote is, "I'm not here to talk about the past. It was said in 2005. Who said it?"
So I clearly know where this was said, but which one of them said it?
That's the thing. And a lot of times it gets attributed to the wrong guy.
Yeah, because Palmeiro said, I did not take steroids while shaking a finger. Right. Sosa said, no hablo inglés, pretty much. What? It has to be Big Mac here, then, I think.
It is. This is McGuire.
Is it McGuire? Yeah.
Yeah. During the congressional steroid hearings, it was his comment when they wanted to pry on the past. And he just kept saying, I'm not here to talk about the past. And he wanted to keep talking about what could be done for like reforms and all that. People like, dude, you're missing the point of this.
Yeah, that's literally what we've come together to talk about, is why we're here in the past. Like,
exactly.
Like, yeah, crazy. Yeah, but yeah, Mark McGuire, you guys got that one. Nice job. All right.
This is a laugher that got a lot of attention at the time. The quote is, "Can't anybody here play this game?" And it was said in 1962. Who said it?
I don't think I have a clue on this one. Can't anybody here play this game? I'm guessing it's a manager.
That would be correct.
From the context.
Yeah, the year's important.
Oh, yes, duh. You guys all got it. Casey Stengel, for sure. It's got to be.
Yeah, Casey Stengel. He was the manager of the expansion Mets at the time, who were terrible.
Yeah, 62 Mets, Ivan just said. Yeah, absolutely.
That would be the one and only.
Man. Brutal.
All right. This is a fantastic quote from a book. The quote is, "Don't look back. Something might be gaining on you." It was said in 1953. Who said it?
No idea. Got baseball. This is baseball history, dorks. It's everyone says Satchel Michaels got it too. The Satchel Paige.
It is Satchel Paige.
Wow.
It was one of his rules for staying young.
Yeah, and he was what, 87 when he said that and still pitching?
Probably, yeah. Still winning 15 games.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not good with these quotes, gonna be honest.
Oh, you'll get this next one.
Oh, Okay.
The layup of all layups. One of the best baseball quotes of all time. The quote is, "You're killing me, Smalls," from 1993. Who said it?
I still say this like at least 2 or 3 times a day at work. Every day.
Yeah.
Like
I say this probably on the daily now. I say it to my kids all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so much so they had to watch the movie to understand what I was talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Because then I also would drop in the whole, like, how can I have some more if I haven't had any yet?
Yeah. Absolutely. You guys, I mean, Ham Porter for sure. The Sandlot layup.
Absolutely classic.
All right. Well, thank God I got that one. But
all right. This quote at the time broke baseball. "I do not feel I am a piece of property." It was said in 1969. Who said it?
is this in reference to like being on team control or like free agency? What is?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm a piece of property.
Huh. Well, everyone's saying Kurt Flood in this one. Is it Kurt Flood?
It is.
Huh.
Yeah. So in his letter to Commissioner Bowie Kuhn at the time, he made that comment, obviously beginning one of the many people that pushed for free agency.
Free agency. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ivan, I totally agree. This guy should be a Hall of Famer just based on what he did for baseball.
Yeah.
He had besides the stats, he had such a massive impact on the game.
Yeah. Dang.
Last one, a quote that completely changed baseball. The quote is, "I'm looking for a ball player with guts enough not to fight back." It was said in 1945. Who said it?
I was all caught up on my TV shows, and I watched this movie 2 nights ago. And
Oh, really?
It's such an incredible movie, man.
It is. I've got to watch it.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman kills that role. Harrison Ford smokes it. Like, oh,
when did that movie come out? How old is it now?
Oh God, man.
I feel like it's got to be older than I think it is.
2013.
Oh
wow. I wouldn't have guessed it was that far.
No, I was going to guess it was, maybe just before COVID. Like, it doesn't feel like it's that old.
Wow. That's impressive. Yeah, Branch Rickey, you guys all got that for
Branch
sure.
Rickey. That was his comment to Jackie Robinson. That was honestly, if it wasn't for Jackie's demeanor, that probably never happened.
No.
At least at that time. It would have been another who knows how many years before that they tried again.
Yeah. I've said it numerous times on this show. Jackie Robinson's exhibit in Cooperstown, if you have never been there, give yourself 15, 20 minutes to just stand in front of that exhibit and just take it in, man. It is a life-changing experience to stand in front of that and see some of the actual letters that guy got sent. Then his career numbers and just his entire life in that entire exhibit was incredible. It's easily my favorite exhibit at the hall. Just wild stuff.
It's incredible.
Yeah. All right.
So now this was just fun. I had some fun with this one. So it started because I was talking to my wife about something and she explained something to me and I'm like, that was the wildest explanation I've ever heard, but I know what you meant. So I'm calling this segment Technically Correct because everything that said is correct. However, the subtitle of this is Baseball Explained Badly. So I'm going to describe a player or a moment. I'm going to give you 4 clues. They're going to be, some of them will be funny. Some of them will be kind of obscure and weird. They're all factually accurate, just not well explained. So I thought this might just be fun. So we're going to give it a shot.
All right, here we go.
So first clue, this is a player. First clue is very tall and visibly annoyed about it. So
All
there's
right.
clue number 1 for you. Clue number 2. Spent 5 years unable to find the plate, then 20 being unhittable.
Okay. It's a long
Clue number
career.
3. Won a title at 37 by simply refusing to stop pitching. Clue
Okay.
number 4. Once ended a bird.
There we
Who
go.
is this?
There we go. Yep. There we go. Yeah, Michael's got it. Yeah, there we go. All the answers, Randy Johnson for sure. I think the third clue was definitely the giveaway, the 37 won a title. But
Yeah, by
yes.
not pitch, by refusing to not pitch because he just pitched like it seemed like every day in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. So Randy Johnson, nice job, Randy Johnson.
So, got to start easy, right?
Yep. Even my mom's got that one. Love it. Yeah, Randy Johnson.
So Randy Johnson.
There you go.
All right, next one. All right, another player framed $1 million check instead of cashing it. Retired several times, then kept showing up in leagues you've never heard of. Number 3, took more things that didn't belong to him than anyone in history. Clue number 4, refers to himself by name, always. Who is this?
Nick doesn't know the answer to this one.
Yeah. Again, we got to do some easy ones to make sure this works for folks.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick's not sure. Nick has to think about this one.
Yep.
Or should I say Nikki? Nikki has to think about this one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki has to think about this one.
Nikki Arnoson.
Nikki being Nikki. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. 1406 stolen bases. Nobody is close.
Yeah. It's true that the stat board is hilarious on stolen bases. Bunch of guys clustered, and there's Ricky way out there.
He's 500 up, right? Because Brock's at like 996 or something like that. Like,
It's Ricky, huge gap, bunch of guys stacked up, but the gap is just absurd.
Wild. All right.
Next one. Another player. I was listed a weight nobody, including his own team, believed. That's clue number 1. Clue number 2. Pitched for 11 organizations across 21 seasons. Clue number 3. Hit 1 home run at 42 and the sport briefly stopped functioning. Clue number 4. More famous for his shape than for 247 wins. Who is this?
Love this one. This is a great one.
Yeah.
Yep. Everyone's got this one, so I'm going to flip it. It is indeed Bartolo for sure. Big sexy. Yep. I mean, that home run, man, I just still one of the best moments in baseball history. Just like, wait, the impossible just happened.
I know.
It's so great.
This next one I love.
All right. So here we go.
This one's a total slam dunk, but it's a lot of fun. Clue number 1. Ran into a lot of walls on purpose. The walls won. Clue number 2. Turned his hat around and started a national argument about manners. Clue number 3. Once batted in the same lineup as his own father. And clue number 4. Left Seattle, spent a decade hurt in Ohio, and then came back to Seattle anyway. Who is this?
Yep. Definitely layup here, but those are good ones. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're fun, they're funny. It's just fun to just goof off and find new ways to approach trivia.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely the kid. You guys all got that in chat. Nice job. Yeah, crush that one.
It is.
But awesome. All right.
Everybody should get this one too, but again, fun. Clue number 1. Threw extremely hard for an amount of time that seems illegal. Clue number 2. Led the league in strikeouts and in walks. Nobody knew where it was going, including him. Clue number 3. At 46, put a 26-year-old in the headlock on national television. Clue number 4, holds a record safe forever, mostly because nobody else works until 46. Who is this?
Yeah. Absolutely got that daddy strength on Robert Ventura for sure.
Sure did.
Yeah.
He got Texas strong, dad strong on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's got this one too. Easy one. It's Nolan for sure.
Yes, sir. He was pretty good.
It's just for me, it's not like, yes, don't get me wrong. The 7 no-hitters, wild. It's also the amount of one-hitters he had in his career is also staggering.
It's crazy.
It's like, I mean, you were that close from having 18 no-hitters in your career. I mean, stop it. Stop it. Wild.
It's just not right.
No, for sure.
All right, this one will be fun. Got more hits in one season than anyone in over a century. Clue number 2. Threw a ball so flat that people still argue it was not a throw. Clue number 3. Arrived from another country at 27 and won an award meant for rookies. Clue number 4. Has more professional hits than America's official hit king. Nobody agrees this counts. Who is this?
Yeah. Yeah, John Temple's already got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I knew he'd jump all over this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, Harrison, do you think it should count or no?
No. Different league. You know, it's not parallel competition, but still pretty damn impressive.
But if you're talking about the Baseball Hall of Fame, should his stats count? Remember, it's not MLB affiliated.
But it is the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Anyways, all right. My argument's stupid.
Jeez. It's meant to be America's Baseball Hall of Fame, but yes, I get it. I know where you're going.
Yeah, but you shot me down, so it's fine.
I did. Story of your life. You walked up and got shot down.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I get it, right? But it's still professional baseball. Like, yes, it's the AA equivalent or whatever in Japan, but I mean, he still did it. That's the crazy part. But yeah, you guys all got him. Yes, Ichiro. Faux show. So,
all right. Now we're going to switch and do some moments here too. So here's our first moment. Clue number 1. 2 teams from the same city spent 6 months trying to lose to each other. Clue number 2. One of them may have been using a telescope and a buzzer. We learned this 50 years later. Clue number 3. A man hit a ball into the seats and a broadcaster completely lost his composure. Clue number 4. The pitcher and the hitter later became friends and worked card shows together. What is this moment?
I think I got this one. Pretty famous moment in baseball history.
I mean, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, it might be known around the world. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think these guys have a shot, this one.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, but they do. The shot heard around the world is correct. Nice job. Bobby Thompson off Ralph Abranca, 1951.
Yep.
Cool one. Nice. Like how you switched to moments. Pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a fun one. A man in headphones did exactly what 4 other people in his row did. Clue number 2. His team then committed an inning's worth of errors, which was somehow his fault.
Addison Russell.
Clue number 3. Security walked him out for his own safety. He has never given a single interview since. Clue number 4. The ball was bought for 6 figures and then destroyed on live television. What is this moment?
I forgot all about that, man. Yes. Yeah, Marty's already got it. Absolutely. Moises Alou, Steve Bartman, Chicago Cubs.
Yep.
Awful.
Brutal.
I do hate it for him, man. Like, everybody else was reaching for the ball too, and he gets blamed for it because he makes contact. Just
I know. He was just the poor guy that was closest to it. I mean, it could have been anybody else.
Yeah, terrible.
But all right, here we go. Another moment. A team won a game in July, then lost the same game in August. Clue number 2. Roughly 1,200 people watched the ending 25 days after the beginning. Clue number 3. A home run was erased over a sticky substance, then unerased by the league office. Clue number 4. The hitter's reaction is the most replayed dugout exit in baseball history. What is this moment?
Yeah, Mike Reed's got it for sure. Oh, was it? It was Alex Gonzalez. It wasn't Addison Russell.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
Alex
you're right.
Gonzalez. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was Addison Russell.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah, Addison Russell was there when they won the World Series.
Yeah, Alex Gonzalez was the one that butchered that. But yeah, Pine Tar game is correct for sure.
That is the one. I got one more moment for you.
I didn't know until recently that it was given back.
Yeah.
Like that was fairly new that I didn't realize. Like I thought it was just called out and that was it. I didn't realize it was given back until like just a few months ago. I was like, huh, learned that.
It's one of those things like I think with that moment, people kind of forget. Like, and it didn't even get talked about the fact that it got overturned and then they had to replay it.
Right.
Because the moment was the friggin' reaction.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it wasn't even the Pine Tar. It was just him losing his mind. But
yes.
Yeah, the dugout exit, he just launched himself for us. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So cool.
All right. Last one. Another moment. A team decided the fix for low attendance was unlimited beer at 10 cents. Clue number 2. 25,000 people showed up, far more than the team usually drew. Clue number 3. Fans took the field, took a player's cap, and the game was forfeited. Clue number 4. The team ran the promotion again later that season. What is the moment?
Yeah. Not a smart choice here.
It was great for attendance. It was a disaster otherwise.
Yep.
And then they did it again.
Yeah.
Although I believe they limited in the next one, learning the hard way.
Yeah, for sure. Ivan says no clue. If Michael says 10-cent beer night. Disco Demolition Night. That was also
nice.
another
Disco Demolition.
But yeah, 10-cent beer night.
Yeah, back in 1974, good old Cleveland Municipal Stadium.
Yeah,
10-cent beer night.
Crazy.
Now, 1974, a 10-cent beer would be equivalent to like what, like a $5 beer now?
Yeah, probably, roughly.
Craziness.
Yeah, insane. All right. Well, that does it for new trivia. Hope you guys liked that. That was a nice job on those, Harrison.
Drop it in the chat. Do you guys like the baseball explained badly? Because that one I just thought would be fun to mess around with.
Yeah, those are funny. So, Ivan, if you got to go back and look at videos of 10-cent beer night, man, it is
wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. But
those videos are nuts.
Yeah. But all right. Well, do you have
Curtis there celebrating my birth? I love that.
That's cool.
We're gonna go with that.
Yeah. Everybody liked it, so nice. Yeah, nice work. So Ivan's looking it up as we speak. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Oh, it's crazy.
But all right. Do you have anything else for tonight, Harrison? Chat, do you guys have anything before we head out?
I've got 2 more things.
Bring it.
So one is, did you see Jacob Wilson today?
No.
So Jacob Wilson today set the MLB shortstop record with his 111th consecutive game without an error.
Oh, all right.
That seems absurd to me. Like, is that a real number? That's a lot of games with no errors.
Yeah.
Did somebody make that up?
Man, he's damn good, or they have a really gracious scorer. One of the two. No, man, he is solid up the middle, man. He is so good, so smooth, so quick. He's fun to watch.
He really is. It's almost like he has a father who showed him how to play really good defensive shortstop.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And the other news item is, did you see the Royals made a splash today?
Oh God, who did they sign?
They signed your boy, Craig Kimbrell. Craig's back.
He's not. He hasn't been on the Royals either, has he?
No, he's out. That's now number 12 for him.
Was it a major league deal though? Is he up?
I do not believe it's a major league deal. I believe it is. Actually, it might be a major league deal. Actually, I'm looking at it.
He's just got to make an appearance, man.
So that would be number 12 for him. He keeps creeping in on the record.
That's insane, man. I mean, good for him. Still being able to do it, sort of.
Well, I was going to say, the fact that you only make like 3 appearances for a team before you get cut tells me you probably can't still do it. But
yeah,
for some reason, there's just no better option. So they keep giving you a shot.
Yeah. You think he's just trying to hang on to the end of this year? I mean, this is his third ball club already this year, right? Just this year, it's his third. He went to the Mets, Rays, now to the Royals.
Mets, Rays, Royals, yeah.
God, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's the only Kimbrell's going for the record. That's really all that makes sense at this point.
I think there's part of him.
Just sign me for 4 days, and then release me, and then I'll see if somebody else can pick me up.
I think the hard part for him is he's stuck at 440 saves. He hasn't gotten a save in 2 seasons. Like his last save was in 2024. I think he really wants to get that 10 and hit 450, and because I feel like that's feels like a better number. But I don't think he's going to get 10 save opportunities anywhere. I mean, maybe with the Royals he will, but you've got Estevez, right? And he's not hurt, or is he?
Yeah.
Everybody's hurt out there.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, even if he does get signed, he's not going to be in. He's not going to be in the closer role. Like they already got closers established, so he's not going to get any more saves.
Yeah, Estevez has been out. I forgot about that. He went down early.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been just patching it together.
Yeah. Is this hurting his chances for the Hall? He's 5th all time for saves.
I don't know that it hurts. I don't think you can play your way out of the Hall. I think you can play your way in, and he probably has already. I think he's just trying to hang on to see if he can't hit that next milestone of 450 and then call it good. I mean, 450, that's a nice number of saves. Kind of rounds you off, keeps you in that upper echelon, gives you a little more breathing room, but I feel like a lot of fans are going to remember the fact that he hung on so long versus he was as good as he was, but I don't think it hurts his Hall chances.
Yeah. Yeah, Kimbrell lost velocity, can't throw his breaking stuff for strikes, and location is always up in the zone. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Everything's up and flat.
Yeah.
His fastball has always been pretty flat. When it was high 90s, it was different than now where it's kind of like low 90s and just getting crushed.
Well, and high 90s when he was first throwing it was an anomaly.
Fair. That's true. Right? He was one of the guys throwing the hardest around the league.
Right. Now that everybody's doing it, it's not an anomaly anymore.
No, he's just another guy at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, John Temple saw this. I don't know if you saw it, but the 50 Greatest Mariners, they did to celebrate their 50th anniversary last night. Rick Rizzes is becoming the next Mariners Hall of Famer. Very well deserved. So pretty dang cool. No Kyle Seager at the celebration this weekend. Still mad at previous ownership for how they outed him and then insulted him on TV.
Yeah, did I miss the part where they insulted him? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either. I had not heard.
I mean, I know that the end with the ownership group was not good, the front office and ownership group, but I don't remember it being that bad.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying are giving him props for not showing up.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't understand why I didn't show up or his reason didn't make sense, and there's other people that are giving him props. It just seems like it's really And even his wife came out to defend him and said, no, like this is a prior family commitment, has nothing to do with the beef with the organization. But of course, that's probably his wife giving him cover.
Well, it said he was in Cooperstown for Sun's travel team, and it checks out.
Yeah, because the Baseball Hall of Fame posted a picture of him today. He was there.
Yeah.
He was actually in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame posted a picture of him hanging out. So,
yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't remember the end being that bad, but I also didn't follow the Mariners that closely because why would I? Sorry,
right.
John.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and Ivan, nobody disagrees with you on this one. There's no way Kimbrel gets any chance at any saves. I think he's still holding out hope he can still pitch, but time is ticking. Father Time is undefeated.
Jamie Moyer showed up looking good for 300 years old. Yeah.
He could still go out there and probably win them 5 games this year.
Well, no, he'd have to have an offense, buddy, and
he'll just hit too.
Yeah, well, he is the oldest person to record an RBI, so
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He might be the best. He might be the best hitter they've got right now.
Oh, Marty's going to Cooperstown in a month. Have you ever been there, Marty? It is, man. If you haven't been there, like I can't wait to hear your report when you get back.
Yeah, I haven't been since high school. We played at Cooperstown. I've actually got a bat I had engraved there. It was so cool. Yeah. I haven't been back since. I need to get back.
Oh man, it's so awesome. Yeah, that like I said, the Jackie Robinson for me exhibits up there. The Ted Williams strike zone always blows my mind. That one's insane. Cool. The World Series ring case is pretty dang incredible. Do you see the very first World Series ring that looks like a ring you get out of a Cracker Jack box?
You had a little thing on top that spun.
It didn't even have that. It was just like a flat piece of just like a sterling ring. That's it. And then now you have the ones that are just massive with diamonds that you need a forklift to put in the trophy case because you can't lift it.
Amazing these guys can get their arms up with those things on.
Yeah, but the World Series ring case was pretty dang cool. But yeah. Yeah, maybe Bartolo can DH too. Bring him back for sure. I bet no stretching or anything more. Goes out and throws the exact same speed and same junk. His pitching style is timeless. I agree.
It really is. I mean, you throw strikes and change speeds. Like that's the name of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Curtis. It was really cool to see Edgar and Alvin Davis and stuff like that. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, Cooperstown's an amazing place. Been there 5 times. Robinson exhibit brought me to tears. Yeah. Literally, it was breathtaking to say the least. If it wasn't a 5.5 hour drive from my house, I'd go more often. Yeah, I've been 3 times, I think, and I just each time, because some of the exhibits are on a cycle. So you get to see some different stuff, but man, I love it. So
it's only a little over 5 hours from me. I could have sworn it was farther away than that.
Yeah, it's not that because it's in northeastern like New York. You pretty much get out of Massachusetts, and it's not that far from there.
Yeah, I always think it was in western New York, but I'm like, yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, you got to get over there, man.
I know, I got to get back out there. It's such a cool place.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's about a 16-hour drive for me now at this point, but it is what it is. But going to Fenway, same trip, man. Nice. That's gonna be that's awesome.
It's a lot of history.
Yeah, pretty cool. But Cooperstown.
Nice job, Silix. Way to raise them right.
Yeah, exactly. Said my son wants to make it a yearly vacation spot, and he's only 7, already loving the game and hates the Dodgers. Let's go. Yeah, love that. But
nice job. Bring them up right.
Yep. All right. Anything else out of you tonight, Harrison?
That's it.
All right. Nothing else out of me. Harrison and I are working on some pretty big stuff here behind the scenes. So we will let you guys know once we're finished, but we're still kind of working it out. But it should be pretty exciting when we're done. Don't you agree, Harrison?
I think so. We got some good stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. So can't wait to break that news as soon as we get that work done. But We'll let you guys know. Yeah, Curtis, I'm right on you, buddy. I'll probably have to save it for tomorrow night. My wife's probably already in bed, but I'm right behind you there. But thank you guys so much. Yes, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share, follow, do all the things you're supposed to do to get us out there. We are still growing like crazy, and it's awesome. So share our posts, like our posts, comment on our posts, all the stuff. So please keep supporting us like you guys do every show. You guys are the backbone of what we do. Really appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. And couldn't do it without you. So we will see you on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good week.